Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to finally be doing a prom look. I have tried a few, and like I've said in my prior videos, and if I haven't said it, I'm saying it now. They just don't come out how I wanted them to. So, I guess I'm so happy that today's look actually came out. And without further ado, let's just get right into this look. So first things first, you definitely want to moisturize before you do anything and make sure to let that sit in for about 5 minutes. Next, you're going to go in with your pore perfecting primer. You want to look as smooth and flawless as possible for your special day. So today I'm using the NYX Angel Veil. You can go ahead and use whichever one you prefer, but I'm going ahead and use that and focusing it primarily on the T-zone and then smudging it downwards to the rest of the face. Next, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Color Correcting Fluid in the shade Peach, and I'm just going to focus that on my dark circles. Now, if you don't have any dark circles or it's very light, you can most definitely skip this step to make it lighter on your eye. But if you are anything like me, then you definitely want to take this step and you do not want to look like you just got punched in your eye or you just woke up for your prom. I guarantee that. Next, I'm going in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. This foundation is everything for a special occasion such as prom. So make sure that you stay all the way till the end of the video or at least fast forward there and I can explain exactly why I love this foundation so much. But as usual, I'm just going to take that on a beauty blender and dab that all over my face. I would suggest with high coverage foundations such as this to go in with a little bit first, and if you feel the need to have more, then pack on a second layer rather than just putting on a heavy layer. Since it is already very full, it might feel very heavy to the face, and that is also why I'm using a beauty blender as opposed to a brush. Next, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. And I'm just going to take the shade Light Sculpt, I believe, and try to contour with that. It's just setting a base for the bronzer to come in afterward. It might seem very pointless at first when I start blending this out. But when I pack the bronzer on top of it, it will just enhance and everything will come together. Instead of using an eyeshadow base to prime my eyes, I'm just going to take the lighter shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette and use that to kind of prime my eyes just so that I can get a whiter base to make all the colors pop out even more. Using a flat shader brush, I'm going to go into the shade Tool in the Lorac Pro Mega 3 palette and put that all over the inner third of my eye. On the remaining part of the lid, I'm going to take the shade Pomegranate from the same palette on a flat shader brush and pack it on like so. It doesn't matter if, as you can see here, you have any fallout. We have not gone in with concealer yet, so that's fine. That can totally be fixed. And you want to make sure not to surpass the crease and kind of line it, as you can kind of see here that I'm doing. And then with whatever is left on the brush, you just want to pack that over the previous shade just so that we don't have any harsh lines. Taking an angled brush, you're going to dip it into the shade Eggplant or a similar shade as the one you're seeing right now. And you're going to treat it as if it was your eyeliner. So when you build your eyeliner, how do you like it to go, in what direction? If it's upward, kind of like I'm doing here, or more straight out. Whatever your preference is, do that. And then, as you're going to see in a couple seconds, you're going to want to bring it inward slightly over your crease, and it's basically going to give you a guideline as to where you're going to shade in later on. And this is what I meant by bringing it slightly over your crease, and then later on you're just going to shade in like if you're coloring inside the lines. With whatever product is already left on the brush, You're going to want to swipe that slightly above where you just drew the line in order to kind of blend it out and make it less harsh. Now I'm just gonna go back in with a packing brush and kind of use the same colors we did previously just to build the intensity of each color. Now I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face, and I'm using my Shape Tape concealer. I know it looks like a lot, but it is a prom makeup and you do want to be full coverage AF. So as usual, just blend that out in the upside down triangle shape, same old, same old. And if you did color outside the lines, now is a chance to take a detail brush and clean it up. And now we're gonna set our whole face, but unlike usual, I'm not using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier brightening powder to kind of set the whole face. This is something that I will be talking about in the tip part of the video towards the end. Why did I use this one as opposed to the mattifying one? But if you are one of my oily girls or guys, you can go ahead and use the translucent powder. However, for the under eye area, I am going to be using the Cover FX Illuminating Powder. Again, I explained the difference between the two towards the end of the video, so make sure you either fast forward or stay tuned till the last bit of the video. Continuing with the usual steps, I'm just going in with my Hoola bronzer and bronzing up my face and my forehead. And then again, with the same angled brush that we used before, we're gonna dip it in again on the shade Eggplant and kind of line the under eye. And then we're gonna take a pencil brush with the Pomegranate shade and go over top of that just to give the under eye area a little bit more dimension and color. Since dark shades tend to close the eye, we're gonna take a highlighting color, Snow in my case, and highlight the inner corners of the eye and right under the eyebrows just to kind of lift your brow up. Now I'm taking a little bit of Champagne Pop by Becca and highlighting the highest points of my cheekbones and the bridge of my nose and the cupid's bow on my lips, the highest points of my eyebrows. And you guys are so lucky I did not end up highlighting the rest of my face, because for prom I definitely would have liked to shine to the gods. And now for the finishing touches, we're just going to go in with a little bit of MAC Diva or any burgundy lipstick that you have. Matte would be preferable since you will be eating and drinking your night away. So this is the final look, and I am pretty impressed with myself, I must say. I'm kind of wishing I did my own makeup for prom, which probably would have still been bad just because back then I was not even experimenting with makeup. I know, like, what was I doing with my life? I don't know what is going on with my curls. They're just like falling. So I'm kind of like trying to work with what I have, so do not judge me, please. This was meant to be kind of a monochromatic look, though not really. Monochromatic is more of if my whole eye was kind of burgundy-ish, and you see we have different tones of reds and pinks, which makes it non-monochromatic or monotone or whatever you prefer to call it. However, I was inspired by a burgundy dress that my little cousin will hopefully be wearing for her prom. And so this is very in trend right now, where like you just take one color and go with it. So I just kind of made everything burgundy and kind of with hints of gold with the champagne pop on the higher points of my cheekbones and like gold toned earrings. But yeah, if there were a few tips that I would give my younger self for my makeup on prom would be, number one, you must moisturize your skin. Use a really good moisturizer. before even your primer. So today I did speak about the Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme, and I just have the little jar because this is really expensive. You do not have to get this moisturizer. I will leave some good and affordable moisturizers down below, but it is summer by the time you go to prom, or if it's not summer, it's still going to be kind of warm. And you are going to be packing on powder like crazy on your face so that you know that your makeup could last really long, because it's not just prom, it's prom and the after prom. So if you're gonna, I don't care how oily you are, if you're gonna be packing on powder, you have to have a good moisturizer under and a good base, just so that you know you have less blotting throughout the day and everything out in the other. A lot of people with oily skin tend to think that they don't need to moisturize, but on the contrary, you do, because that kind of tricks your skin into producing less oil because you're already putting oil. So, or not oil in this case, lotion, but same thing, tomatoes, tomatoes. But yeah, so make sure, tip number one, wear a good moisturizer. If you are like me and you are on the drier side, really moisturize, and also you want to use an under eye cream. I am so dry under my eyes. It's not even funny. It's not cute. It's unbearable. It's hell. It's living hell. Every time I try to put concealer, just because my eyes are so deep set in the bottom, and along with that, I have bags and dark circles and everything under the freaking universe you can imagine. I have it all. So if I just put concealer and don't set it, it's gonna crease like crazy. If I do set it, I always look like the Sahara Desert just blew over my face. So I have been trying this new kind of tip, which is wearing an under eye cream, and it's worked. I can tell that it's really working. So for my dry girls out there, tip number two, wear an under eye cream, because you will be packing on lots of powder under your eye just to make sure that everything sets, and it's for a really, really, really long time. Tip number three, use a really high coverage foundation if you're into that. So I know a lot of girls want to go really natural, and that's fine, but for like a look like this, which is so intense and in your face, and with people like me that I blush like naturally, like my cheeks are always red and they just look like two red patches on my face, I want to even that out. So a good and affordable foundation that I have that I swear by is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Concealer and Foundation. So the name says it all. It's basically a foundation that has the power of a concealer and is really affordable. I think this is only $10, and trust me, it will last you the longest time. Of like, you would not need to worry about this coming off or whatever the case may be, unless you're really like going crazy and diving into pools and sweating bullets. Then you know you might have to retouch here and there. But I sweat a lot, like, and I did dance quite a lot in my prom, and I know for sure that had I worn this, had I known about this product when my prom was happening, I would have not have had to worry. I don't know if that sentence is correct, but I would not have, whatever. I wouldn't be worrying about my foundation as much as I did about my makeup back in the day when my prom was going on. So that is tip number three. Also, get yourself a good brightening powder. I know I swear by the Laura Mercier translucent powder, this, that, and the third, and whatnot. I would recommend that for your prom, you want to go with a brightening powder instead of just a matte translucent. It would give you some more liveliness to your makeup look. It would give you more of a healthier glow all over, and it's not just like flat. Like for me, I know that you could bring your makeup to life with, you know, highlight and all that stuff, but it is your special night. It is the only night where everything is gonna be about you. I swear that I think that the only thing you would enjoy more than getting ready for your prom is getting ready for your wedding. I mean, my prom story was a whole nutcase. It was like, my prom story was crazy. If you want to know a little bit more about that, then you could definitely ask me to tell you what happened during my prom and who I went with and what I was forced to do and whatnot. But I remember not taking a lot of pictures, and I still regret that right now because I felt flat. And I had my makeup done by a professional makeup artist. I don't know if she was a professional makeup artist. I know she was my friend's aunt and she did makeup. I don't know if she did makeup for a living or what was the case, but she did do my makeup and I liked it at the time. Looking back at the pictures, I wish I would have done something different, but maybe it's just because the styles are different nowadays. But one thing that I do wish I had back then, I wish I had more shine to my face just because it was so flat. And I can tell in the pictures that are like up close that my neck, like when I went outside, it was so hot that I got not sweaty, like sweating bullets, but like I got that little sheen on my skin and then my face was perfectly flat. So to avoid that, also you want to use a brightening powder, and for my face I use the Laura Mercier brightening powder. For under my eye, however, I like to use the Cover FX illuminating powder just because the illuminating powder it has more of an iridescent finish. The Laura Mercier brightening, where when you swatch it, even if you swatch it in your hands, you can see that this one has more particles of glitter and this one is more of like a pearly finish. I think that's the best way I can describe it. This one has a pearly finish, which I really love because it actually enhances this whole under part of your eye and it kind of morphs in with the highlight and it works wonders. I'm not sure if the camera is doing it justice on my face right now. I don't even know if you can see my highlight right here. I know in person I have a mirror right under me and I can definitely see it. And I could see what the difference would be if I had put the brightening powder under my eye as well. I probably wouldn't have liked this look as much. With that being said, I am going to be quiet and hope that you guys enjoyed this look as much as I enjoyed doing it for you. So I'll end it with that. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more prom videos to come. That way you'll be notified and I won't get lost in your feed. And also give me a thumbs up if I should be doing more prom looks, or if you want to see other styles, then obviously let me know in the comments bar down below so I can see what it is that you guys want me to do. But yeah, I think that's all the tips I have for now. I'll leave you guys with that. And I guess until next time, bye guys.